How to deal with negativity. Ever feel like you're carrying an invisible backpack filled with negativity, dragging you down with every step? You're not alone. We're going to unpack that heavy load together and discover how to lighten the weight. Because the journey to a freer, happier you starts right now. Chapter 1. Recognize the enemy. Negativity is a sneaky little cockroach. It creeps in through the smallest cracks, often disguised as concern, advice, or even love. The first step to dealing with it is to recognize it. Understand that negativity isn't just about someone saying something mean to you. It's in the doubt you feel, the hesitation before you take a risk, and the fear of judgment. Recognize it for what it is, a poison. But how do you recognize something so insidious? Start by paying attention to your own reactions. When someone makes a comment or gives you advice that leaves you feeling uneasy, ask yourself why. Is it because their words resonate with an insecurity you already have? Or is it because they are projecting their own fears and failures onto you? Self-awareness is crucial here. The more in tune you are with your own emotions and thoughts, the easier it will be to spot negativity as soon as it appears. Another key aspect is recognizing patterns. Is there a particular person or situation that consistently leaves you feeling drained or doubtful? Identifying these patterns can help you preemptively protect yourself from future encounters. Remember, recognizing negativity is not about becoming paranoid or overly defensive. It's about being mindful and alert to the influences around you. Chapter 2. The source of negativity. Where does negativity come from? Most of the time, it is a reflection of the source rather than you. People project their insecurities, fears, and failures onto others because it's easier than facing them head-on. When someone throws negativity your way, remember that it's often more about their internal struggle than anything to do with you. This doesn't make it easier to deal with, but understanding the source can help you build a shield against it. Think about it. When someone criticizes you harshly or tries to bring you down, what are they really saying? Often their negativity stems from their own experiences and struggles. Maybe they failed at something similar and can't bear to see someone else succeed where they didn't. Maybe they're deeply unhappy with their own life, and your happiness is a painful reminder of what they lack. Understanding this doesn't excuse their behavior, but it does help you see that their negativity is not a reflection of your worth or abilities. Furthermore, consider the societal and cultural factors that contribute to negativity. We live in a world that often glorifies criticism and cynicism. Media, social networks, and even casual conversations can be rife with negative commentary and pessimism. Recognizing this broader context can help you put individual negative experiences into perspective. You are not alone in facing negativity. It is a pervasive issue that affects everyone to some degree. Chapter 3. Build your armor. You wouldn't go into battle without armor, so why face negativity without it? Your armor is built from self-awareness, confidence, and boundaries. Know who you are, what you stand for, and what you will not tolerate. Confidence isn't arrogance, it's a quiet assurance that you are enough. Boundaries are essential. Learn to say no and protect your mental space like your life depends on it, because it does. Building your armor starts with self-awareness. This means understanding your strengths, weaknesses, values, and triggers. When you know yourself deeply, you can anticipate how you will react to different situations and prepare accordingly. For instance, if you know that certain topics or people tend to bring out negative feelings in you, you can choose to avoid them or limit your exposure. Confidence is another crucial component. True confidence comes from within and is built on a foundation of self-acceptance and self-love. It's not about being perfect or never making mistakes. It's about knowing that you are valuable and worthy regardless of external opinions. Cultivate confidence by celebrating your achievements, practicing positive self-talk, and surrounding yourself with supportive influences. Chapter 4. The Power of Perspective. Perspective is everything. Negativity thrives on narrow views and limited understanding. Expand your perspective and see the bigger picture. When faced with negativity, take a step back. Ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? 10 years? Usually the answer is no. This simple shift in perspective can deflate negativity's power over you. To broaden your perspective, start by challenging your own assumptions. We often fall into the trap of thinking our current situation is permanent or that our problems are insurmountable. In reality, most issues are temporary and solvable. By reminding yourself of this, you can reduce the impact of negativity on your mindset. Mindfulness and meditation are powerful tools for gaining perspective. These practices encourage you to live in the present moment and observe your thoughts without judgment. By doing so, you can gain a clearer understanding of your emotions and reactions, making it easier to respond to negativity with calmness and clarity, rather than getting swept up in it. Chapter 5. Master the Art of Detachment. Negativity wants a reaction. It feeds on your emotional response. Master the art of detachment. This doesn't mean becoming cold or indifferent. It means controlling your reactions. When you detach, you see negativity for what it is, a desperate attempt to pull you down. Respond with calmness, with indifference, and you'll starve negativity of the energy it craves. Detachment begins with self-awareness. Recognize when you are starting to react emotionally to negativity. This requires mindfulness and presence. When you feel the familiar rise of anger, frustration, or sadness, take a step back and breathe. Give yourself a moment to process your emotions before responding. This pause allows you to choose your response consciously rather than reacting impulsively. Detachment also involves reframing your mindset. Instead of seeing negative comments or actions as personal attacks, view them as reflections of the other person's state of mind. Remind yourself that their negativity is more about them than it is about you. This shift in perspective can make it easier to detach emotionally and respond with compassion or indifference rather than anger or defensiveness. Chapter 6. Surround yourself with positivity. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Surround yourself with positivity. Seek out people who lift you up, challenge you in constructive ways, and celebrate your victories. Positivity is contagious, and the more you're exposed to it, the less room there is for negativity in your life. To cultivate a positive environment, start by evaluating your current relationships. Identify the people who consistently bring positivity into your life and those who tend to be negative influences. This doesn't mean you should cut off everyone who has a bad day or expresses negative emotions occasionally. It's about recognizing overall patterns and making conscious choices about who you spend the most time with. Seek out new connections that align with your values and aspirations. Join clubs, groups, or communities that share your interests and passions. Engage in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. These environments are likely to attract like-minded individuals who can become positive influences in your life. Chapter 7. Transform negativity into fuel. Here's a radical idea. Use negativity as fuel. Let it drive you, not in a revenge-fueled frenzy, but in a calm, determined way. Every time someone doubts you, tells you that you can't, or tries to pull you down, let it remind you of why you do what you do. Let it push you to be better, to prove them wrong by succeeding despite their doubts. Transforming negativity into fuel starts with a mindset shift. Instead of seeing negative comments or setbacks as obstacles, view them as opportunities for growth and motivation. When someone doubts your abilities, Let it ignite a fire within you to prove them wrong, not out of spite, but out of a desire to excel and achieve your goals. Use negativity as a mirror to reflect on your own areas for improvement. Constructive criticism can be valuable if you approach it with an open mind. Ask yourself if there is any truth to the feedback you receive and how you can use it to become better. This doesn't mean accepting all criticism at face value, but rather using it as a tool for self-improvement. Chapter 8. Practice self-care. Dealing with negativity is exhausting. It's a constant battle, and if you're not careful, it will drain you. This is why self-care is non-negotiable. Prioritize your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Whether it's through meditation, exercise, hobbies, or simply taking a break, ensure you're taking care of yourself. You can't fight negativity if you're running on empty. Self-care starts with recognizing your own needs. Pay attention to your body and mind. Are you feeling stressed, tired, or overwhelmed? These are signs that you need to take a step back and recharge. Self-care is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It's about maintaining your overall well-being so you can face challenges with strength and resilience. Seek support when needed. Don't hesitate to reach out to friends, family, or a mental health professional if you are struggling with negativity. Talking about your experiences and feelings can provide relief and perspective. It's important to remember that you don't have to face challenges alone. Finally, be kind to yourself. Practice self-compassion and give yourself permission to take breaks and rest. Acknowledge your efforts and progress, even if they seem small. Self-care is about nurturing yourself and recognizing that your well-being is a priority. Dealing with negativity is a brutal, ongoing battle. But here's the kicker: you can win. By recognizing it, understanding its source, building your armor, shifting your perspective, mastering detachment, surrounding yourself with positivity, using it as fuel, and practicing self-care, you can not only deal with negativity but thrive despite it. So, next time negativity rears its ugly head, stand tall, stare it down, and show it that you're not someone to be messed with. If you found this video helpful, shocking, or even a little bit provocative, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Let me know how you deal with negativity and what topics you want to dive into next. Remember, negativity is inevitable, but letting it defeat you is optional. Stay strong and keep pushing forward.